Hello, and welcome back to the Conscious Code series on the EmbodyMe Podcast. I'm your host, Crystal Renae, the Soul Brand Alchemist, and I help conscious digital entrepreneurs infuse their human design and gene keys into their purpose-aligned brand, digital offer, and messaging so that they can magnetize their soul-aligned audience and clients on autopilot with confidence, passion, and authenticity, and therefore make the impact that they know they came to make on this planet. So today we are talking about Gate 20, and Gate 20 is my North Node and my unconscious Venus. And of course, I feel very connected to this gate. I refer to this gate as the self-assured presence. In human design, it is called the Gate of the Now and the Gate of Contemplation. And this is located in the throat center, moving towards the G center or identity center. And it's connected to Gate 10 in that way. It's also connected to the spleen via Gate 57, and it's connected to the sacral center via Gate 34. So it's in the channel of awakening, it's in the channel of the brainwave, and the channel of charisma. So I have the channel of charisma and I have the channel of awakening. And so it's very complex. It's the throat connected to all of these other centers down here. And it's all about being in the now moment. So in the gene keys, this is referred to as the sacred Om. And in the I Ching, it's referred to as contemplation. Gentle wind blows across the earth. I have such a strong connection to wind for whatever reason. And this is in the tropical sign of Gemini, and it's in the Vedic sign of Taurus, specifically in the Kritika Nakshatra, and moving into Rohini in the last 2 days. So the overall energy of Gate 20 is deeply anchored in the present moment, focusing on contemplation, awareness, and recognition. It emphasizes living fully in the present, fostering an understanding that everything needed is revealed in the current moment. And this gate encourages an intuitive knowing that guides decisions and a contemplative attitude toward life. And I definitely feel that I have that. So the shadow is superficiality, and this refers to the surface level understanding and inability to deeply connect with the present moment, revealing a deep need to move beyond mere appearances and dive into genuine presence and awareness. So it's all about what's not happening, right? So in the repressive nature or in the more introverted aspect, it can show up as being absent, where it's reflected in a person's absence is reflected in a person's eyes, frozen consciousness by an intense unconscious fear that creates a mini death or intense shock. Just completely absent-minded, blank, just not aware, not conscious. And in the reactive nature, if you're more of an extroverted person, it can show up as hectic, which is the opposite. So instead of numbing the fear and just deciding to be absent in the moment, this nature will turn this into activity and constantly be on the move, unable to control its hectic nature. So it just has to find something to do in the present moment because there's a fear of becoming conscious or aware. So this can show up as superficiality. The shadow aspect points to a lack of depth or real presence in the actions that you take. You engage in blind activity just for the sake of being busy, and you may find yourself lacking genuine awareness. It could manifest as going through the motions without truly engaging or understanding the present moment. And I swear, before I became aware and more conscious, this was me just moving through life every day, There's an inability to move beyond the human brain. It's kind of like the ego, I would say, playing out in real time. And the shadow refers to a limited perspective that restricts you to physical instincts and cognition in the brain without tapping into deeper levels of consciousness. This can lead to stagnation and a lack of spiritual growth, which keeps you from evolving beyond superficial understandings. worldly, physical things. And there's an absence due to this frozen consciousness. And there's a struggle with presence and awareness. If you suffer from this shadow, you may struggle with bringing yourself into the present moment without harboring regrets, resentment, or stress about the past, expectations for the future. This can prevent you from fully embracing the present, acting in alignment with your inner wisdom. So when you are present, you're actually still not present because you're worried about the past, depressed about the past, or having anxiety about what the future holds. So you're still not present in your shadow. But that brings us to the gift of self-assurance. And that embodies the trust and acceptance of life's flow, letting go of control, trusting that life's unfolding will guide you. And it's about the harmony and ease found in surrendering to the present without agitation or fear. So in your gift, you have this inner sense of self-assurance. It's marked by a profound confidence and divine relaxation that emerges when you stop overthinking decisions and accept that life has its plans and flows. So embracing this gift leads to a sense of trust and a feeling that a higher presence is looking out for you, allowing more consciousness to incarnate into your physical being. And I just love this so much because I preach about this stuff. Like, this is what I preach about. In your gift, you have an ability to witness without getting caught up. So you're the observer of your life, and it's an awareness that enables you to observe your mind without becoming ensnared in it, from a contemplative, meditative state, right? So you cultivate a continuous feeling that everything will be all right, surrendering control and allowing life to move you. And this trusting attitude is based on faith and surrender, letting life come to you rather than chasing it down. And you have this individual strength and altruism, or you may find yourself being a model of altruism while remaining detached. And this quality encourages innovation and simplicity, marking the end of worry and infusing life with a sense of humor and lightness. And that brings us to the Siddhi of Presence. And this is the manifestation of divine presence through the human instrument, through the human body. When you fully embrace this gift, pure consciousness floods your being, pulling you into the eternal present moment. You experience a profound connection to all that is, feeling omnipresent and linked to all vibrations throughout the universe. So you completely accept and surrender to life's flow. This is about getting out of the mind and into the inner knowing that all that is meant to be will be, and that you are held and supported by the universe, by all that is. You no longer are a victim of your mind or the anxiety or the depression. You're present with the current moment, and you know that everything is exactly as it's supposed to be. And you do this based on surrender rather than assertion. You allow everything to come to you and taste the purity of a true moment through this presence and creating a subtle atmosphere of silent ease. It's like you're connected to the cosmic ocean of consciousness. And this profound gift transcends words and forms, linking you to the eternal cosmic ocean of consciousness and the various layers of the human body. By existing and allowing life to bring what it brings, you enter into a sacred connection that unites realms of light and sounds. So Gate 20 is all about evolution beyond the superficial understanding of what life is. It's about embracing a contemplative attitude, being the observer of yourself, recognizing divine timing, and embodying that serene acceptance of what life is. What it is what it is, right? It is what it is. That is the perfect saying for this gate. And if you have this gate in your chart, you can use this in your brand by teaching people to be more present, to observe themselves, to come back to the present moment, to release their ego mindset and the anxiety that comes with worrying about the future, to release the depression, being sad about what happened in the past, and just to bring them back to present, how to contemplate, how to meditate, and ultimately understanding that the present moment is ultimately the only thing that actually exists, right? And here are some contemplative questions that you can ask yourself if you have this gate in your chart. What is my relationship with living in the present moment? And how can I develop a greater sense of trust and faith in the unfolding of divine timing? And what practices or approaches can help me witness my thoughts without getting caught up in them? And here are some tips that you can use to further embrace the shadow of superficiality and embody the gift of self-assurance and presence. Focus on the present moment. Embrace the energy of the now and avoid becoming lost in superficial activities. Recognize your tendency to be drawn into the mind's distractions and practice mindfulness to keep you grounded in the present. Cultivate self-assurance. Understand that self-assurance comes from a place of inner trust and surrender rather than control. Allow yourself to let go of the need to micromanage life and instead embrace divine relaxation. And practice contemplation and meditation. Spend time in contemplation, meditation, or mindfulness practices. These practices will help you connect with your core and the essence of the present moment, moving you away from the shadow of superficiality. So that is gate 20. I am very connected and love this gate so much. And this is all about the self-assured presence. And I hope you love that gate as much as I do. So I will see you again as I cover the next human design gate. Mwah.